Hey, what's going on? My name is Scotty Hobbs. I wanted to make this video special for you guys, and thank you, Allison, for reaching out to me and talking to me about this. But I wanted to share with you guys my story about Team Beachbody, what we've been able to do, kind of what drove me to do it, because some of you guys may be having some of those same thoughts or the same fears, the same things going through your mind right now. So I just wanted to talk with them, touch base with you guys. I know you guys are excited to be learning about Team Beachbody and how it could change your life and help you build more positive relationships, more belief in yourself, and to be able to help other people get healthier and more fit at the same time. It was, I remember specifically in 2010, May 10th. Not many people know this date, but I'm going to talk to you guys about it. It's the day that I started P90X, and I started because a neighbor, a friend, he became a friend, but at the time he was a new neighbor, and he came over to my house and said, hey, I'm new in the neighborhood, we're about the same age, I'm just looking to meet new friends. And this guy was like, he was jacked, he had these huge guns, and he was like 220 pounds, and at this time I was lazy. I was just like, I had two little girls, so you know, as my wife went through pregnancies, I gained weight with her, and I was just out of shape and tired and exhausted all the time, and I was drinking energy drinks to try to stay have energy for work. And at this time, I just asked him, what are you doing, man? How do you stay so healthy and fit at 30 years old? And he told me, I train the high school special teams football team, and I'm the weight trainer for them as well. So we weight train in the morning. I was like, oh man, I would love to get in shape like that. And he said, hey, you should come to the gym with me. So he invited me to the gym to weight train with the high school kids. Unfortunately, they went at 6 o'clock, and at this time in my life, I was working every day from 5 in the morning till 5 at night, so I couldn't go. So I asked him the next thing, which was, do you know what I could do from home? And he said, you should try that P90X thing. So I decided to do P90X, and I committed to it because this guy inspired me to be healthier, to be stronger, and I could see the energy that he had. So I tried P90X. I didn't try it, I decided to do it. I followed the nutrition, the meal plan, the P90X 90 days, and I went from 187 pounds down to 145. I lost like close to 40 pounds, just under 40 pounds. Had abs for the first time. I had this self-confidence that I'd been lacking my entire life. Like, I've always struggled with self-esteem. And people were asking me, and they were inspired. I'd go to someone's house, and they're like, you got to check out this picture. And they would pull up my before-after picture on Facebook and show them. And it just felt really good for people to be inspired by that. So I began to help people with P90X, encourage them, motivate them, create groups on Facebook to hold them accountable, and I was helping these people. And I remember one of my friends said, Scotty, you should totally, like, if you could get paid to talk about P90X, that would be your dream job. And I'm like, I know, right? And so it was funny. I actually wrote like these men's health magazines and fitness magazines, hoping I could get paid to talk about fitness. And I wrote like 20 magazines. I heard back from none of them. But I began to get curious and look online on Facebook, on YouTube, and I found Beachbody coaches. And I found my coach specifically, Lindsay, through a video. And I reached out to her, and we talked on the phone, and she shared with me that she had, her first daughter, London, prematurely, and that she was a bartender. She tried to start this business called the Bombshell Bartenders or something like that. And she found P90X similar to me and did it and started helping people. And she told me that she was a coach and that she helped people with P90X just like she was helping me and talking to me. And she told me that she was able to leave bartending and she was at home taking care of her daughter because of Beachbody. That Beachbody was paying her to do that. But she also told me that because her daughter London was born prematurely, that she was paying off and working towards paying off that $200,000 of debt with Beachbody, with the Beachbody income she was making. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. And I really related to that because I had my first daughter before we were married as well. We got pregnant with her before I was married. My mortgage was the thing that kept me awake at night, that I was working overtime hours for. The reason my wife was working at night so we could make sure to pay that mortgage and stay ahead with that. So, and it was a couple $100,000. So I really related to that, and I just thought, like, this is my answer. Like, this is getting paid to work out like I've wanted to do now. And also, it's the thing that's going to help me sleep at night. This thing I've been praying for an answer on, how can I change my situation where I don't have to take every overtime shift, work every Saturday, send my wife to work, because we've been doing that for 5 years. And the way things were looking, I didn't see that changing in the next 5 years or the next 10 years. So, Lindsay asked me those hard questions. Do you see any other way to change that situation you're in? And I didn't. And what I want to tell you guys is I wish I had a group like this to be able to learn from and see these experiences and see these stories, because it would have helped me believe it was possible for me sooner. It took me 8 months from that day I had that phone conversation till the day that I signed up, and it was because I was afraid of failure. I was afraid of would people make fun of me. I was afraid of, do I have enough time? I'm already working 12 hours a day, and my wife's working every night at the hotel, and we got our kids at the babysitter between those shifts, and I don't know if I have enough time. Those were the fears that I had. So it was holding me back, and it held me back 8 months, and then it was April 11th, 2011, the day that completely changed my life. People ask me, when did you get this? When did it start to happen for you? And it happened on April 11th. That morning, I got to work super early. It was 18 days after the birth of my third daughter, Ellie. And we began to get the hospital bill, the doctor bill, anesthesiologist bill. And I was looking at them, and I was starting to spin. And I was scared, and I started a mini panic attack, right? Like, I can hardly pay the mortgage right now, and now I have all these bills, and my wife's home from work taking care of this third baby, and we're trying to decide do we send her back to work and pay a little more for babysitter? Trying to figure that out. You guys have been there. I know a lot of you guys have, and you felt like that. And it was that moment that my fear of failing as a coach, my fear of failing at taking care of my family, not knowing how to take care of my family, that fear became greater than my fear of failing as a coach, and I decided to become a Team Beachbody coach. And what I can tell you guys is, since I made that decision, the day I made that decision to become a coach, I've never felt that feeling of being afraid and scared and like the world was crushing me and the world spinning around me. Because I made that decision, I knew that this was my answer on the way that I could change that situation, those things that scared me. So, I went about to everybody, talking to everybody that I met, and finding out, asking them, what do you need in life? Let me see if I have an answer for you or something I can help you with. And I began telling them, I want to help you. They tell me, I want to lose 30 pounds. I want you to lose 30 pounds. And because it's going to make you feel like this, like you want to feel like. But I also want to help you, and I'm committed to helping you, because if I help enough people like you get results with these programs like I got, like my coach Lindsay got, I know that my wife doesn't have to work anymore. I can bring her home from work. I don't have to take all these extra overtime shifts. Because I made that commitment and that decision to helping people and to continually working on my health and my transformation and in my relationships and my belief in myself through what are called the 3 vital behaviors, which you'll learn about in this group. Because of that, I've been able to grow into this confident person that loves to meet people, that loves to help people and serve people. And because of that, I worked super hard at that, and I still had my full-time job, and my wife still had her job. I would go to work in the morning at 5 o'clock, get home at 5, get the kids, take care of my 3 little daughters, and my wife would be at work. I'd get them in bed by 8 o'clock, and then I would work on my Beachbody business, doing the 3 vital behaviors every single day. And I would work hard from 8 o'clock to 10:30, 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, like a real legitimate business like I saw my coach Lindsay building. And because I did that, within 14 months, my wife and I both were able to walk away from our jobs. And it's now been it's almost been 4 years since we walked away from our jobs. And I've been a full-time dad for the past 4 years, where I had 3 daughters then. I have 5 kids now, 2 more sons, and I've never missed a day of their life. I've been there for the birth. I've been there to hold them swaddled up like a little burrito every single day. My youngest son's now 5 months old. I see him every single day, and I've never missed a moment. And I never had to ask a boss for time off. I never had to worry about those hospital bills. That's how Beachbody has changed our life. And I want you guys to know that I am the most normal. I'm like super shy, quiet, introverted guy normally. But that's who I am. But I'm super passionate about helping people, and I'm a hard worker. So I just apply that into these vital behaviors, and it's completely changed the course of my life. And I want you to really understand the level that it's changed. And I want to say this in the most humble way. But I've had 4 years of being fully present in my 5 children's lives. I believe that in these 3.5, 4 years that I've been a stay-at-home dad, I've gotten more time with my kids than most parents get in 18 years of life with their children. And you cannot put a price on that. And that's how Beachbody has completely changed my life. Aside from making me more confident, the healthiest I've ever been, and feeling like I really matter and make a difference in this world, that's the most important thing, that I've really been able to matter and make a difference and be present in those 5 children that God entrusted me with. So that's my story. That's who I am. I'm sorry I went 10 minutes, but I really want to make sure you guys understood how Beachbody can change your life, aside from just helping give you confidence, more financial freedom, more time freedom with your loved ones, but you become a better and stronger person through the process, and you cannot put a price on that either. I love you guys. I hope this has helped you guys understand a little bit about how your life can change through Beachbody. I'm excited to see you guys learn and grow. Scotty Hobbs.